That didn't take very long. Kevin Brown joins the show live right after he burned a couch on Pat McAfee. What a commitment for the West Virginia Mountaineers. I am stoked. Let's go.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. Welcome back in the Locked On West Virginia, baby. We're having one of the greatest weeks in the history of the school, and it just got a lot better, guys. So before we get there, we have to shout out FanDuel, guys. Right now with FanDuel, $5 it can make you holla, and $300 in bonus bets when you win that first $5 bet. So make sure you download the FanDuel app today to get started. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, guys, and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we talk about your team and the Mountaineers every single day. So as you guys know, big-time commitment happened earlier today as Kevin Brown commits to the Mountaineers over Ohio State, over North Carolina, after decommitting from the Penn State Nittany Lions. And I got him on the line. So I told you guys we had been talking leading up to this, and we have been. I texted him right after the last show and said, and he replied immediately and said he would come on. So here he is, guys. So get ready if you have questions or what have you. Make sure you guys repost this because this has happened fast. So we want a lot of people to jump in here and join in if they have questions for Kevin. Let's bring him on now. Kevin Brown, the newest commit of the West Virginia Mountaineers. Congratulations, dude. I think you killed it. You hit the vibe perfectly with that couch burning session.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're driving home now, me and my dad.
What's up, Tim?
Hey.
So, okay. Obviously, you'd mentioned some things like, unfortunately, things happen in life, and you don't know why. You don't know the thing with Franklin happened because by all intents and purposes, he was extremely successful. That's a whole other conversation. But it happened. And it left you waffled a little bit. You are, if you decommit, you're the highest ranked offensive lineman, unranked player in the entire country total, not just offensive lineman. And you've got everybody and their mom reaching out. You said it, 10 coaches a day. Was this all positive or was it kind of negative? Was there some bad in any of this, or was it all pretty positive experience, navigating all this?
All positive, man. I mean, I just try and come from the viewpoint of I'm blessed to be in the situation that I'm in and just make the most of it,
Yeah. You've certainly done that the whole way. And even in our conversations, dude, I'll never forget, I seen you call me. I didn't know who you were that day. I had your dad's number and then you called and it was all over the 40 time, and I was like, this is a guy that cares about the right information being out there about him. And it lets me know how much you care just generally, right, about the right things. And I think that's something that shines through with you more than any other recruit I've dealt with, is that you're about doing things the right way. Does that come from Tim, your dad, and other people in your family that kind of set you, your dad told me, privately, you guys have been training for a while to kind of get to this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's my whole family backing me in all of this. They just pushed me to be my best every day. Awesome. And every month. I mean, everything we do, one Christmas, we were fighting over this one stupid game we were playing, and it just got so competitive. That's the type of family we have.
Competitive, yeah. So what's it been like dealing with and get to know Coach Rod and everybody and everything? I bet you that's been one heck of an experience. You heard it from your dad for years, and now you're experiencing it.
Yeah, it's surreal. I mean, he coached my dad, now he's coaching me. I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'll tell you what, it's the response from Mountaineer Nation has been electric. It's totally blown away just about everybody involved, right? I mean, if you look at the way your commitment happened, I think that was another story in and of itself. You literally set a couch on fire. And I think people were just going bananas over that. How has the interactions with the Mountaineer Nation been?
Oh, all positive. No negative. I mean, they all love me. I love them. I mean, yeah, all positive. I'm thankful.
That's great, man. So I'm curious. Obviously, you guys are still have a lot to play for in Harrisburg. What's the rest of the year looking like for you guys, and what, as far as kind of goals, do you have? National, or not national, but state title?
Yeah, state title. I mean, we're undefeated right now. We're going against Central York, 11-1, and we're going to go out there and dominate. I mean, we're going to do our thing.
Just run it off you every single play, and probably be all right.
I appreciate it.
So, okay, obviously, have you guys decided whether or not you are going to uh, enroll early? Is this a conversation that you need to have, or do you already know?
Yeah, we're going to enroll early, either late December, early January. We're definitely enrolling
And I'm
early.
As soon as possible, we're enrolling. Hey, let me hit back on the work ethic and stuff, and Kevin doing the right thing. Like he really has taken it on himself to do the right thing. Like if you watch my career and stuff, it took me till my junior year,
right,
sophomore year, till I really started waking up.
developmental guy.
Yeah, got rid of that guy and learned how to actually play football at a high level. He has taken it on himself to eliminate bad habits and stuff. He's taken to a complete another level than I did. Let's not get it twisted here.
Genetics, man. You
Yeah.
guys. I mean, I just wanted to point you out because I think I had a great dad growing up, and I think it's all, it's in this day and age it gets lost in how important that is,
Yeah.
and it just makes me happy to know that that's happening for you because a great dad is, and obviously you did it, you did all the work, but having a dad push you along and teach you the right things can help a lot too.
For
So
sure.
once you early enroll, do you have certain goals as far as, like, do you want to play early?
Yeah, I mean, I want to start as soon as possible and fight for my spot. That's the goal.
Absolutely, man. I love that competitive nature in you. That's great. A couple comments from people here. I won't keep you too long on here. So we got, what are three things that you're looking forward to when you arrive at West Virginia?
I'm looking forward to putting on some extra muscle, coming in
From extra
to
muscle.
that weight room. Yeah, that weight
Yeah.
room coach, everything. I'm excited to start my own journey, get out of the house, some freedom. I'm not saying I don't have freedom now, but just being on my own, And then third thing, I mean, just excited to play under Coach Rod.
I am excited for you to play under Coach Rod. Um, let's see. What was the Pat McAfee experience like, and how much did you get to talk to Pat pre-show?
Yeah, I mean, we called for 20 minutes this morning, just talked. He's a cool guy. And then during the show, you watched it. It all unfolded
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah. I love
Nuts
how
that it was.
chaotic it got too.
I know
Like,
it got real chaotic.
he's
It was
yelling.
original.
He's yelling at somebody. Shut up! I can't hear him. And like that's life. It's like everything can't be staged perfectly. Like I think it all unfolded perfectly, but like the fact that he was tell him to quiet down, he can't hear you. Like I just thought that was all great. Like that's what families are, right? They're chaotic.
Yeah.
So,
True.
dude, this has been an awesome experience. I can't thank you enough for coming on here.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
I do have a question or two for your dad really quick.
Yeah.
Tim, so obviously this is a big moment for you guys as the family. And what's it been like from your side of things? I and tell me if I'm wrong here, but I kind of got a little quiver in the voice on the McAfee show when you were describing seeing he was committed so early, and you probably inside wanted him to go to West Virginia, I'm sure, but you don't want to push it on him. It's got to be a fine line to walk.
Well, early on, this has been about the best football situation for Kevin, and I knew he needed to be in a spread offense. He really needs to be in a spread offense with his style of play, the way he runs zone and that type of thing. I knew that for sure. And the way West Virginia's football was played at the time, it was like not a good football situation for his style of play. And then, so Penn State was the closest to us. It was the best situation, and they ran a very similar offense to what I thought would be okay for Kevin. Not the most ideal, but it would be a decent offense. And then once Rich Rod comes back to West Virginia, my stomach sank. Like I just sat there on my couch when they were in the Coliseum having that big media day. I just sat there. I was the only one that wasn't like happy because I knew what was coming. I knew the pressure inside of me because I was trained under Rod. So the training I did with Kevin has got him, like I've prepared him for this moment to play for Rod. Believe it or not, like he has been trained his whole life to be in this offense.
That's
It's
so
gonna be,
crazy.
yeah. And once I saw that and I knew Rod was back, I was like, oh man, what are we gonna do? I don't know what to do because Kevin's not the type of kid that's gonna go back on a commitment at all. And I tried Mountaineer Nation. I tried behind closed doors when Rod came back to really get him to flip his commitment, at least look at it. And I was able to at least talk him into going to summer camp this summer and just experience what Rod is about and what they're about. That's what I told him. He went down there and he fell in love with them away. But he was not going to change his commitment to Penn State. He's not going to do that. It's not right to do.
And Coach Troutwine was right on him right away, correct? I mean, he was the first guy that offered.
Troutwine was on him since 8th grade. He tried to offer him in 8th grade, and the head coach of Harrisburg.
There's something to that.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. The coach Troutwine believed in him. And you need to play for a coach that believes in you. That's number one.
Absolutely.
These kids that are looking for places to play at, they're picking them for facilities. You need a coach that believes in you. That's number one.
100% agree.
So he went to the camp this summer with Rod, and it was like they had a magnetism pull to each other. It was like, oh my gosh, he needs to be in this offense. I know it, but there's nothing we can do. And then Franklin gets fired, and Trickett, like, is not his OC, but his offensive assistant. Trickett.
Yeah,
He's the one that he texted me right away as soon as it happened. I feel like this is divine intervention. I couldn't agree more.
That's great. I love that. It was divine intervention, though. Sometimes he didn't know he was training for this the whole time, but it ends up being what it was.
I just can't believe this day has come. It's wonderful.
I'm asking permission. We didn't talk about this pre-show. Can I ask about the Holgerson situation, or would you rather just not talk about
the whole what situation?
Holgerson.
Oh, Dagan Hall. Yeah, definitely ask about it.
Okay.
I'd love to tell the story. So we come back. Kevin, I think, is 11 or 12, and I brought my whole family. We have a giant family. My sister's kids, and we all come back. And I'm thinking, when Rob was there, I know I could step on campus. Even with the new coaches, there was coaches there that knew me that were there when Rod was there. So I was like, oh, we'll just be able to come to practice. It won't be a big deal. So we come in the stadium. We just walk right in the stadium like we break in. We didn't even know because the facility was locked down. There was no way to get in or talk to anyone, and no one would talk to us, which is weird. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to break into practice. They're not going to – once they know I'm a player, once the other coaches see me, they're not going to kick me out. And they ushered us right out. As soon as the specialists came out, they saw us sitting there. It was like you would have thought Alabama was sitting there because Alabama, I think, was their first game that year. I can't remember who it was, but you would have thought like they treated me like I was the enemy.
Wow.
It's just not a recipe for building a program.
Then wouldn't watch a tape either after that?
What's that?
And then wouldn't watch any tape?
Oh, and then under Neil Brown, Neil Brown really liked Kevin and recruited him well. I will say that. But when we came down, and I know as well as anyone, your relationship with the offensive line coach is your position coach is number one.
Yeah.
And so we come back, and I could always tell when someone has watched Kevin's film or they haven't. So the offensive line came up to him, and he knew his name. I hear you're a really good guy. I hear you have the good things. He kept saying
Matt Moore. You're talking about Matt Moore?
Yeah, Matt Moore. Kevin was a sophomore at the time. I was like, what are they doing? Like, how did they fumble in this? It was just unreal.
Wow.
They brought him back because they were treating him not even like a normal recruit, because I saw the kids they were recruiting, but they weren't even treating him like a next level recruit. It was nothing. They weren't bringing him in. And then he goes up to Penn State, and they roll out the red carpet for him every time he comes on campus. Like, West Virginia didn't stand a chance.
Of course. I mean, they're already at a disadvantage at that,
Yes.
So that's frustrating for me to hear. As West Virginia
it was
fan.
frustrating. It was frustrating for me as an ex-player. It was tough. And then Rod came back, and then we went back to that backyard brawl this year, and it was like everything is healed. Everything is fixed. Mountaineer Nation, the fan base has changed. From under Neil Brown, the fans are different now. Like, everything's different. Like it's a smarter football fan is in that stadium now.
Yeah. That's interesting. Wow.
It was the most healing moment I've ever had, I think. that backyard brawl this year. It was like, it's here.
A lot more people were in here now. I think it just took a minute for the word to get out that Kevin was on. So, Kevin, if you don't mind, can we spend 5 more minutes so a lot of these people can see you really quick, and then I'll go to a
Yeah, I
quick
don't
break,
mind.
and then I'll read some of these comments, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. On Locked On West Virginia, we got more Kevin Brown for you. This episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by FanDuel, guys, and we're talking about FanDuel on this one because the NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride a hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins, and you can't win if you don't play. Head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, segment 2, we're back with Kevin Brown, newly committed Mountaineer. Says he's going to enroll early. I think that's a great choice. The thing is, dude, you're ahead of the game. And I've told this people privately, you're in such a great position in so many different ways to succeed early. And I predicted, my personal opinion is that you'll start right away. I don't think there's many people that feel you won't, especially the situation being what it is now at the offensive line room. You're going to be in a great spot to come in, learn the offense, which you've been training for your whole life, and play right away. But I just want to say, man, congratulations. You've earned this. We want to thank you for choosing us because you could have definitely went other places. And I'm just curious, man. The question is, how hard did all these other schools recruit you in reference to, like, once this decommitment happened? Was it a feeding frenzy? And did you have to parse through it all?
I mean, yeah, it kind of was a feeding frenzy. People just
I can't
calling
imagine
me,
it.
as I said, 10 coaches a day. And like, that's an understatement, if anything. Like, holy crap. My phone was blowing up constantly. My screen time went up like 4 hours just texting coaches, calling them, whatnot. I mean,
Yeah.
it brought some cool things. Like, I got to talk to Bill Belichick and other coaches that I knew growing up as a kid, but it's
Yeah.
just been a blessing.
Awesome, man. So we got a lot more comments on it now. So a lot of people just making general statements. We're destined for better days ahead.
Yes, sir.
Smack the Devil, one of my favorite names that watches the show, says, sorry for the bad taste Dana gave you guys. So happy things turned around.
Yeah,
I agree as
absolutely.
well. WV fan 2325 says, congratulations on your commitment, Kevin.
I appreciate it.
Looking forward to seeing where you can help take and elevate the West Virginia program in the next 3-4 years. And then another comment, your commitment makes me feel the Mountaineer Nation is back on track for being the storied program it has been. Things are looking bright. So everybody really happy. Things are really positive. We're in that honeymoon stage. And that's good to see, man. So last question for you, I think, is this. What are your first year goals? Because you mentioned playing early. You mentioned getting in there and competing for your spot early, but like there's a lot more to going to school in your first year than just football. There's getting a new place. There's all these other things.
Yep.
You mentioned being on your own. Do you have any just goals in life for life in your first year?
Yeah, first year. I mean, first goal, just get my rhythm down in the first 2 weeks, just get used to what campus life is all about. And then second goal, I mean, I'm going to fight for my spot and fight and die and try and start this year. I mean, that's the goal for me.
Yeah.
And get some playing time.
Awesome. Appreciate that so much, man. And guys, thank you so much for being here. I know we didn't promote this very much. We just did it. So probably could have planned it out a little better, but I was too excited, and I know Kevin was real willing to come on. So thank you guys so much for joining in. We'll be having a lot more Kevin. I'm sure we'll hear from him again at some point.
Yes, sir.
And thank you guys so much for being so gracious and coming on. I will text you about you sent me a link. I'll text you about that as soon as we get off of here.
Awesome.
And we'll get that taken care of as soon as we're done with the show.
Don't even worry about it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to jump off of here. Make sure you follow Kevin over on X. His following keeps getting bigger and bigger, but that is at Kevin H. Brown 07. And do you have Instagram as well, correct?
Yes, I do.
What's the handle?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Okay, I need to go in on it. I don't get on Instagram very much. I need to get over there. Well, if you type in Kevin Brown on Instagram, I'm sure it'll come up. So make sure you guys give him a follow. Make sure you like and follow here. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Locked on Big 12, guys. Drake Toll does a great job over there. Make sure you check him out on Locked on Big 12 on the Locked on Podcast Network. And we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Yes, sir.
We're
Peace.
really excited about it, man. Good night. All right, guys, that was Kevin Brown. We're going to go to break. Come back. I'll give you my final thoughts on this interview we just did. Uh-oh. Here we go. All right, guys, we're back. As my kitty is in the background here. So, obviously, for me personally, I felt like it was important for me to get that interview. I'm very proud to have gotten that interview. I think that's a big one. And they have been really good to me. As a lot of you guys know, there was a bit of a controversial thing that happened. And I think a lot of people wanted to see me fired from this job. And, I haven't talked about it much at all. But, that was vindication for me to be able to get that interview. A lot of people really tried to make my life hard, so I just wanted to say thank you guys for being so gracious. All the people on audio for being so gracious. A lot of the people on YouTube for making my life so gracious. It really means a lot. And I don't want to overstate how much I love you guys and how much I really appreciate the support. I really do. There's a lot more support than there is negative. I just have a bad habit of focusing on the negative. And, we're so lucky to have Kevin in. I think that, as you guys can see, very genuine, extremely humble, willing to come in and work right away. And I think those are all things that as Mountaineer fans, we can definitely agree with and resonate with. He's going to come in and I think he'll start and he'll be potentially an all-conference player really quick. So his dad hit it right on the head. The way he plays offensive line is perfect for the Rich Rod system. It's perfect for a lot of the pro systems because of the way they do things. And if you're not sure what he means, Kevin is at this point in time specifically too, a more of a Rich Rod style lineman than you would find maybe trying to think of a better example, Wisconsin, right? Where they're plotting, they're straight ahead, they're, downhill. Well, maybe not this version of Wisconsin, but you get what I'm saying. Kevin is a more athletic style offensive lineman that can really get out on the edge and destroy pass rushers. He's a guy that takes, he uses technique and strength to get bigger guys off their spot and drive them into the turf. And with, other offensive lines, you rely on your size a lot more than Kevin has at this point in his career, even though he's a big kid. Don't get me wrong, 6'5", 280, 285. You have to consider that he is going to be in that athletic part of it all, right? Because that's the kind of people that Rich Rod plays on his O-line. His offensive line lends towards the medium-sized offensive linemen. They don't go real big. They don't go too small either. They're not 270, but they are in that 290, 310 range. And I think that's where Kevin's going to live at, and that's where he'll be his best self. And, not that he couldn't play the other way, but he's just been trained for this way. And I think his dad definitely – Nick DTV, I wish I could say that live. That's very true. But, yeah. So that threw me off a bit. Thank you so much, guys, for being in here today, though, and for being here with Kevin and everything. It meant a lot to me that he was on, and I think we'll go ahead and jump out of here. Wasn't expected to have him on so soon, but we did, and we decided to jump right on that. So I will be back here in a little bit to do another show. But, guys, the West Virginia gloves, man, how about that? Now we're going to get the rest of the uniform on him, and that's what I'm talking about. Guys, make sure you follow Kevin Brown on all his socials. Make sure you follow me here. Share this video out, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. We're out. Q Country Roads.